sit here and think about it, then
overthinking.
we lose the authenticity.
Right? They're like, great. These guys have more of a chance to be an idiot.
Yeah, these guys have an actual plan. This is so stupid.
Well, welcome into the Grabbing the Brisket podcast.
I love that intro, John. Just smooth.
Yeah,
Somebody had to say it.
John just goes,
Well.
Yeah, I love it.
Hey guys,
Yeah, listen.
let's go.
Has it kind of been like we've been kind of jet setting a little bit? Has it been a while since we've done this? I don't know. It feels kind of awkward a little bit.
Well,
Strange a little bit.
We did
right?
miss last week. Y'all guys
Is that what it was?
were out of town.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We were doing
Yeah.
stuff.
It's only a week. It just seems like when you're jet setting the
Yeah.
way that we
Yeah,
do,
we were definitely jet setting.
it seems longer. You know what I mean?
We got so many emails and so many messages, just like, "Hey, where's the episode?
Where's the EP?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
actually, John did. We
did.
were able to put
Yes,
together
I,
just a little bit of a episode for you guys.
Not our probably our finest work probably.
No. I don't know if we even want to say it, but I basically pulled that one out of the vaults, right? Like,
Yeah.
we have episodes that from before that we, maybe we recorded more than one in a week and didn't need to put them out there,
Yeah.
so we just hung on to them.
I think that makes them more special.
I think it
though.
does, too.
Yeah.
So,
They're like, is this 2020? Like, what's happening here?
Just had to
Right.
give something to the people for
right.
sure.
Yeah.
The part where we were talking about there's this new pandemic, don't worry, it's not a new one. It's the last one.
We're like pooping. It's like it's no big deal. COVID is bullshit. Like it's don't even worry about it.
Those were the
Right,
good
we'll be
days.
back to work in a
Yeah.
week, I'm sure.
Right.
Right.
Speaking of work, let me tell you about this embarrassing moment just really quick. And I kind of hesitate to share this moment, but
Halfway into it
Remember-
now.
my God, I'm just going to have to go and do it.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of new employees at work, so there's a little training going on, and I was tasked with showing the two new people that we have how to create a purchase order and all that good stuff. Great, fantastic. Boss came in and was like, "Hey, I need you to do this," and I was like, "I got you, fam." And I was like, "But I didn't say that." But I was like, "It's in my head. I said that." But I said, "Yes, sir."
Okay.
I think you should have said, "I got you, fam."
Right.
No, I'm just glad a dude over his 40s didn't say that.
Right.
And so
would've said it.
I'm sitting there. I was like, okay, I had a couple things I need to wrap up what my work wise, and so I was like, oh, okay. Also, I was like, man, I got to blow my nose, and so I blew my nose. Boom, boom.
Did you have a bug?
You had a sugar burger?
All right.
That's cocaine.
I'm getting to
Never
this.
mind.
I'm getting to this, John. And
Okay,
so,
sorry.
And that, so I go into the main office, the next
Well, you
office.
can't
where
lead
we
off
have,
with the thing and then us wonder. You know what I mean?
well, use your imagination.
Okay. Perfect.
And so I get in there and I'm like, okay, guys, hey, let's talk a little bit about how to do a purchase order. First, we're going to do whatever. And then the new girl, she was like, she did the little, the motion on the nose.
Oh, the little nose tap
the nose
swipe
like
thing.
bump.
Good for
I'm like,
you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
At least she did
what
it.
are you,
you-
hey,
She thought she was hitting
I'm
her.
not into that type of stuff.
Right,
I don't.
You want some? Not now. They're asking, do you want some booger sugar? Right? You
I
want
was
some
like,
cocaine?
I
Hey,
know they drug test us
You're like,
here, so and
Yes,
then
I'll-
she was like, no, and then I did the whole white like nose
Oh.
gesture,
The whole forearm.
dude. The giant, the most like the largest that you could ever imagine.
Did you stand up and walk outside?
No, I was like,
you go wash your hands?
excuse me for 1 second while I go into my office and die. I'll be right back. And then I go in my office, I sit down, collect myself a little bit, and I'm like,
Did you clean up?
yeah, definitely cleaned up.
She came out with like a bloody nose or something. You're like, it's not my fault.
Nah,
right?
screw that. You should have flicked that sucker and kept going.
I know. Hey, here's lunch, bitches.
Somewhere out there is somebody's first time listening to the Grab the Brisket podcast,
Yeah.
and
Right.
their first introduction is going to be a booger story.
That's right. Hey,
Hey, we're about 13 around here, guys. So, hey,
Look.
everybody, cheers.
here's the deal. You have to do that with the new employees. You will be forever known to them as
Yeah, the booger
Oh,
guy?
that'll make them feel better.
booger.
Hey. Not that I'm going to continue focusing on this one moment
No.
in my life.
I would not even give it a second thought if I were you.
I'm never even going to think about
James
it ever
hasn't
again.
slept since then.
Right. Crying.
So many
crying
bags
to
in my
yourself.
eyes. I'm just like,
He went
Every-
back to wearing a mask.
right.
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 Every time the new guys roll in, it's like, hey, Booger, I mean, James.
Oh, shit. It started. Okay.
But hey, this is Grabbing the Brisket podcast. Welcome. Hey, we thank you for listening.
That's hilarious. Should have went to the boss. I don't think these guys are going to work out.
Right.
You probably need to let them go and start with some two fresh ones.
They are super weird, by the way.
You ever
One of
get-
them's
you-
on cocaine for sure.
You ever get any embarrassing nicknames, John?
No.
Stretch.
Not in high school, not
Nothing?
at work, no?
Not embarrassing.
Tiny.
No?
Do you have a nickname?
My nickname growing up was B, which is
B,
not really
that's right.
embarrassing. but-
Really? B?
Yeah,
B.
B.
Oh.
Yeah.
My nickname in high school, well, more like junior high, ironically, is Toby.
Oh.
Wait.
do you know?
Oh, some girls started calling you Toby.
Yeah, I
But why?
Erica Rodriguez. No,
That's fine. That's
whoever her name
names.
was in our homeroom class. She's like, I think you look like a Toby, so I'm going to call you Toby from now on. And so she did. She called me Toby for the whole year,
Wow.
and it kind of caught on a little bit. Everybody else was calling me Toby. I'm like, I'm not
Okay.
going to fight you. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? You know,
Right.
Start introducing himself as
Sounds
Toby.
good. I have
Right.
three. Hey, it's Toby, a.k.a. I mean, other way around. Shit. Yeah.
I went a year or two being called Sewage for my nickname.
Sewage?
Yeah, I did. I played
What's
football
happening?
in junior high and high school, and there was like one time it had just rained or whatever, and there was like some little Hot Wheels car on the ground for whatever reason, and I just stomped on that thing and smashed it in the mud, and the coach is like, "Oh, you want to get dirty, do you, Sorich?" He's like, "Up downs right now," and he made me do up downs, like running down the field and back in the ditch. And it did not smell great when I got done with that. So pretty much everybody in the football team called me Sewage for about a year or two.
Right.
Nice. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Sewage and Toby.
There it is.
Right, exactly.
And B.
And B.
Yeah. Well, Jan had the name Jan, so I mean, you just caught hell all
Yeah.
the time for that.
That's a nickname in itself right there.
Didn't even have to come up with one.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. You can imagine.
Oh.
Oh.
January.
Yep. January.
I thought everybody just called you son of a bitch.
It's a piece of shit. I mean, yeah. I never really had a big nickname. Whatever. Mine was just unique enough to people wonder whether he wants to fight or not. I guess I don't know. It's weird.
It's like a boy named Sue. You were just looking to fight somebody.
I wasn't.
No?
I wasn't. Just people. People gravitate when kids are mean. That's exactly what it is, right? So, being a kid, having that name, you just call it all shit already. So, but nobody wants to lose to a guy named Jan either, right? So
Right.
when Jan's like, I'm sorry, what did you say? That's not very original. I've already heard that before. We'll fight, by the way, if you want. And they're like, oh, shit. I just got called out by a guy with a girl's name, right? And in about 3 seconds, they're like, I probably should have done that. I probably should have just chilled out and not even talked to this dude. It wasn't bad or anything. Like, it just get a lot of hazing, right?
Right, right.
Kids.
Just
Yeah.
give them the
Kids.
old 1-2.
I know.
Tango
I know.
kids.
I'm going to wrestle you.
Let's talk about something a little bit more positive. So we got a wonderful interview coming up here in a few minutes. We got Jonathan Jones, Jonathan.bbq, aka well, I guess he goes by Jonathan.bbq on a lot of social media
Yeah, that's
platforms.
like his handle or whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
and he's a partner with Oklahoma Joe's, which we're super excited as well because we have a bunch of their products and we're utilizing the hell out of them. And right now we're happy, we're excited with the what we've seen so far out of their pellet grills or their smokers at Little Joe's and
Their drum.
drums.
How you loving that
Smoker.
drum?
It's nice. It's
Is
been,
it?
yep. It's really good. It's round.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get them on here, do you want to do the a little news action real quick? Get it over with?
Let's do it.
Get through it. I don't have a whole lot, but let's go ahead and slide into the hot off the grill barbecue news. And all I have is that Big Dan's Bash up there in Pennsylvania, the NBBQA thing, is postponed. So we don't know what date they're going to be doing it. I guess they'll let us know. But for now, if you were going to sign up or you did sign up,
Right.
you're going to get refunded, or just don't sign up right now.
Right.
Right.
Damn it. Okay.
But definitely keep track with the NBBQA, and they'll let you know when it's coming.
There it is.
Is that was in PA?
Yeah.
So we got a lot of fans there. I think a lot of PA people
We have
love
a
and
lot
grabbing
of
the
fans
brisket.
everywhere.
You know what I mean?
So many.
So,
Yeah.
don't worry, PA guys. Just eat you like to eat hoagies? Eat hoagies in PA.
Cheesesteaks.
Cheesesteaks. Where does I don't know.
I don't know. Have you seen, like, really quick, I know we're fixing to jump on with
Grinders?
the interview. Have you seen the pink barbecue sauce, the pink sauce that's been floating all over TikTok?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, apparently there's like some viral TikTok like pink sauce that's going around right now, and it's some chef out of Miami that's created this sauce, and I think she's making it in her home and bottling it and sending it out. The label on the back is kind of sketched a little bit because it was like has 444 servings.
How big is the bottle?
It's like a little small ketchup bottle. You know what I mean? It's weird, but certain people have been getting sick. And
Oh, really?
yeah, and she's sending these things out in like padded like mailer bags, and a lot of them are exploding. So maybe on the other end, we'll talk a little bit. I'll show you the pictures. It looks like freaking Pepto Bismol.
Oh, it does sound good.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. I think well, let's get into this interview, but first let's take a quick break, pay some bills, and then we'll get into it. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
How's it going?
we are doing good. Is it John or Jonathan?
Jonathan.
Okay.
Jonathan.
Don't mess up. Because listen, Jonathan, we have two Jonathans in the room, so we
I go by John mostly.
John and Jonathan.
We're gonna start calling you Lathrop, I think.
We get a guest now, and now I got to change my name?
Yeah, sorry, brother. Yeah,
All right.
It's already taken up.
Yeah, we had
Hilarious.
Jonathan. We were actually talking a little bit earlier, and we kind of like introduced you a little bit, but we were talking about weird nicknames growing up, whether you had one or not, whether you're in school or sports or whatever. And so we kind of threw around a little bit of what we got. You know, some of us got teased a little bit or whatever. You got any weird, interesting nicknames that you kind of grew up with?
Oh man, you gonna hit me with the? Okay, I'm gonna just put this out there, man. There was a JJ 101 was my. Not only was it my nickname, but it was my stage name because I was going to be the next big rapper coming out of Arizona.
There it is.
Back in the day. JJ 101. My initials are Jonathan, JJ for Jonathan Jones, and then one of the well-known freeways out here is the 101 freeway.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So we'll
Had nothing to do with moving drugs, man. I promise.
are we going to find some of your tracks on like the SoundCloud or whatever those are?
If before I had kids, you would have been able to find them, but I didn't tore all of it down.
Yeah. You're like,
Smart.
Delete.
yeah, we're just control all deleting everything.
Yeah, it was horrible, bro. Horrible.
I love it. Hey, welcome to the Grabbing the Brisket podcast. And for the listeners that are tuning in, hey, we got Jonathan Jones with Jonathan.bbq on. Hey, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to shoot a little bull crap with us about barbecue.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me, and much love and respect for what y'all do. And the fact that I could come on here as a guest in the barbecue space is pretty dope, man.
Well, hell yeah, we love what you're doing too, man. Let's start at the beginning. How'd you get into the barbecue thing? You went from rap, right? You were heavy in the rap game, and then you jumped to barbecue. How did this start?
So yeah,
It's a very weird way of doing that, John. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Coming up, man. We always had cookouts, and whether it was my grandmother, my dad, my uncles, man, there was always a grill around, and whoever's house that we went to, they always were doing grilling or barbecuing, and at a young age, my dad saying, hey, take these tongs, man, flip the steaks over in about 5 minutes. From that, I was always kind of intrigued by it, and really didn't, go hard on in the barbecue space until I got married to my wife, Ariana, and, we started a family and got a house, and I said, man, I want to recreate some of the memories, so I'm going to go out and get a grill too, and man, and so all my families, they're back in Nebraska. So a lot of my family's from Nebraska. And man, when I told them that I went to Walmart and got a gas grill, they almost just disowned me from the family, man. Yeah. And I, coming up in the Midwest barbecue, man, it's all, charcoal only, wood, hardwood only. So I fumbled around for a while, and then it's funny. One of my cousins from Nebraska, he actually came out here, and the people across the street, they just had an old barrel grill just sitting out like on the curb, like whoever wants it, come take it. And I remember it, man. He was like, Jonathan, we're gonna refurbish this thing, man, and we're gonna have you making some real barbecue. And that was kind of like the start of it. And, you know, over the years, you fumble around, you find your style, you find products that you like to use. And here we are today talking barbecue. And, you know, I'm sure we'll get into this in a little bit too, but we have a nonprofit called Smokin Hope that we're doing some awesome things with. And it's all centralized around, you know, barbecue and community.
Man, I love that. I love that. You know, and to be honest with you, I mean, the love for cooking and the love for barbecue and all of that comes from, like, I think a lot of people, you know, it's usually with, you know, somebody in your family, somebody's doing something. You know, my grandmother had a little hamburger restaurant, you know, that kind of got my love for it, you know, going. And I found out my dad had a little thing going at one time. And it's one of those things that you just kind of gravitate towards, and you want to get back to a little bit of your roots, right?
Right.
But I love the fact, I'm not going to lie, that whole story right there was your cousin coming in, and like, what if he had taken a left that day? What if he said, you know what, don't worry about that thing, just keep cooking on the gas grill? Does your barbecue style change, right? Think about that one moment.
Exactly.
How badass is that?
Exactly.
That's badass.
Yeah, you know what, and I should hit him. I haven't talked to him in a while. I should hit him up after this podcast, because literally I was still in the fanboy stage of having this pretty no slack against anybody who uses gas grills, but I was still, you know, it's got to be shiny, the stainless steel, you know, I want this, you know, built-in island look, you know what I'm saying? And he was the one, and that's what family's about too, man. Like, when it comes to family, man, they're going to be honest with you, and they're going to let you know when you need to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of those days where it was like, hey, bro, you don't go forgetting who you are now just because you're a desert boy now. So, because for those who might not know, I'm located in Phoenix, Arizona, and but a lot of my influences come from, you know, the Midwest, also like Texas style stuff too. So, yeah, man, family is very important, and I take heed to those types of things, because you're right, man. If he would have just said, you know what, that grill looks too crappy or whatever it might be, I'd probably still be on a gas grill, you know, still like burning stuff up. But here we are, man.
We learned, like, I guess one of the first couple episodes that we did the Grabbing the Brisket podcast, we were searching on different types of grills. And we started at the beginning at gas grills. And we learned that one of the first gas grills that was marketed was called the Easy Man. Like the Easy Man grill.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, and it just
remember that.
Yeah, and then, like, okay, to progress into the charcoal, I guess what was like around the 50s or somewhere in that area that everybody started gravitating towards the charcoal. But I'm like you, like, we all kind of started on gas. Some started on charcoal. Gas was very convenient because you could just sit there and just fire it up, and within a couple of minutes, man, you're grilling your chicken or steaks
you're
or whatever it
degrees,
is. Right? Yeah, you're like 10,000 BTUs just humming along, right? And then of course the charcoal and the stick burners, and now the introduction of the pellet grills. And I know if you follow us social media wise, we always have fun with pellet smokers and offset smokers as well. But it's something that I think was necessary, and it's something that helped a lot of people transition away from gas grills, was going into pellet grills. So the convenience was still there, but you got a little bit more flavor for the pellets wise. So I thought that was something pretty cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I saw you've been testing out that Rider, right? The Oklahoma Joe,
the Rider Deluxe.
Oh yeah, man. Not even testing. I've been done tested that thing. I didn't put this thing through the ringer. I had an older, or I should say, like a preliminary version of it, and now I have like their official like L series version of it. And I've only, outside of the Ryder Deluxe, man, I've only had 2 other pellet grills, and they just it just don't pale in comparison to what they've been able to do with that Ryder, man. I love it. You know, it's I probably touch it. I do a lot of barbecuing, not just for myself, but family and friends in the community too. So I probably touch that pellet grill at least once a week, outside of my traditional offsets and these cool drums that we got going off over here too.
Yeah, I've got to have some food off the Ryder. We're kind of in a debate right now about whose house the Ryder's going to go to next, because right now it's currently it's at Jonathan's house right now, but it's supposed to be coming this way, I think. Is that right, John?
It may.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's relinquishing control.
All I know is certain people of his household have already cooked on it, and they're already like, "Don't give it up, keep it." And I'm like, no, you can't do that. You got to share the love a little bit. So I'm ready to cook on it. That Seer Method to me, I think, was a game changer, and even having that the griddle that fits right on there as well. I mean, it's so versatile. You're smoking, you're searing, all at the same time. I mean, it's a pretty badass pit.
Yeah, man, and it's almost like it's the happy medium, right? Like you got the new school stuff on it where, hey, man, I live in the desert. So anytime I don't have to worry about, some of these smokers and stuff, they need extra time to get up to temp and all that good stuff. But this pellet grill, man, like I can be ready to cook in a matter of minutes. When it's 112 outside and I don't want to slave over some hardwood or some super hot charcoal, I could just cut that thing on. That's like the grill that's closest to the house for me too, like my back patio. You know what I mean? So it's a cool little go-to. It's definitely a nice tool to have in the arsenal, and I'm a believer of the pellet nation, man.
So we have a big debate here because in competitions historically have been an offset cooking, right? Offset smokers only cooking with wood, can't use anything that would be gas assisted or electrical, right? That was like forever. Mm-hmm. Then they started allowing pellets to come in, right? And it's like, at first you want to kind of like, nah, man, because you're screwing it up a little bit. It's not traditional. Traditional is this way, right? However, since these pellet grills have come out, you would be a fool not to be using one, and not, just like you said, not putting it in your arsenal, because there's always a time and place. People's chicken recipe comes out sometimes really, it's very consistent on a Traeger versus an offset smoker, right? If you're fighting the fire or whatever else.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in competitions. What'd you say, James?
No, go ahead.
Okay. But so that comes out a lot more consistent. We have used it in our competitions now where we just couldn't, for some reason, we could not get these temperatures for our briskets to really finish out in the day, right? So I remember looking at John going, John's like, do you want to use the Traeger? And the whole time I'm looking at him like, no. And finally I was like, use it. Why not? Let's go. And then within like 45 minutes to an hour, both of our briskets were back up to temperature where they should have been. And we finished them out on those Traegers. And I mean, they were money. I mean, they were so good. I mean, it's the best of both worlds. We had the real smoke, or not the real smoke, the offset smoke on them. And we had the consistent Traeger heat, and that's what we were using back then or whatever. But yeah, I mean, like, could not have been happier. And at that point, I became a little bit more of a believer in the pellet grills and what they offer. So I've been the one that's kind of like, nah, I'm not ready to. It's not real, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And
I mean, the pellet grills, they're super consistent. They can definitely save your ass. And with the new Oklahoma Joe Ryder Deluxe, they've changed the game. All the other grills, all the other pellet grills, they can't touch that.
100%.
Well, I mean, you mentioned earlier about the Seer Method. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Me or
somebody?
Oh, okay.
Listen,
I know you got listeners. Listen to Seer Method. What is it? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
Let's let Jonathan explain that.
Yeah, if you could, that'd be great.
Oh yeah. I use the Seer Method a lot, and I think that's like one of the like you were getting at, what's one of the biggest strengths of it is the fact that, if I'm doing a tri-tip or something I want to reverse sear, literally I can have it in smoke. I can have the pellet grill in smoke mode, get it to the temperature that I want to get it to. I can pull my meat off and literally switch it into sear mode. And we're talking, I've went from, smoking at 225 and then ready to grill at 500 degrees or even higher within, a 5 to 8 minute range. And finishing it off, man, it's a game changer. I used to have to do that, whether it was like in my offset and then I have to go into my my firebox and do it. But, I was smoking on my offset, so I didn't even have my grill grates in the firebox. Now I got to pull up my grill grates. Now I got to let those get hot enough to actually do a good sear on them. It's just made the game more efficient than ever nowadays.
Yeah.
100%.
Let me ask you this, Jonathan. Do you have a favorite out of the Joes that you have? Do you have a favorite one that you would like to use?
Man, I got seasons, man. Like, there's just times when I really just want to do a whole lot of grilling and a lot of hot and fast stuff. And that's when I'm going to be using like the Blackjack kettle or the Judge. But lately, as far as just overall use, it's been the Bronco, the drum smoker for me, personally. You get that offset smoke to it, but it also, you can really dial your temperatures in, and you can, whether you're trying to do like a competition style or you just want to do some fun things on it, like hang ribs or hang a whole chicken, you can really get down on. There was one I did like a leg of lamb, just drilled right into the bone of the lamb and then just hung it on a hook for the drum smoker, and it came out amazing.
That sounds awesome. Do you wrap something like that at some point during the cook, or you just let it go the whole time?
Nah, for that, I just let it go the whole time. And it's cool, too, because with a big hunk of meat like that, like anything else, you're going to have those friends or those family members that don't want it cooked the right way. So they can have the well-done pieces on the outside. And then the people who are a little more sane get the medium rare on the inside when we talking about some lamb.
There it is. That's funny. Let me ask you a question. So I've never actually cooked on a drum smoker, and I know there's an art to setting up your basket, right? Whether you're measuring out how much charcoal you're putting there in the beginning, and then are you measuring out how much you're actually going to light to put in there? Like how does that process work for you?
Yeah, so when I'm trying to go like really low, let's say like a brisket, right? I like to go really low on briskets. It's all a similar method. It's kind of like a minion method. So for a brisket, I'm going to use either a fire starter or I got one of those like loop lighters, and I'll literally only light one part of the charcoal, and then I just give the smoker time to come up to temperature and to dial in the temperature. On something like, let's say chicken, right? We want to do chicken at a higher temperature so that our skin's a little more crispy. Unless, you into rubbery skin, it's all good too.
Nobody likes rubbery skin.
Like them rubber wings.
Right, exactly. So if I'm trying to, cook at a higher temperature and I know I don't need to, have that for as long as of a time, then instead of only doing one fire starter, I might do 3 or 4. So there's multiple sections that are being lit. Which means that my fire is going to come up to temperature a lot quicker, and it's going to be held at a higher temperature too. So I don't really measure out like the amount of briquettes that I put in there, but I definitely have different methods on. Hey, I'm starting with only one section of this fire, or I might do 3 or 4,
right?
And to really get it ripping, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's one of those things like once they're dialed in. And you go to look at them, right? You want to inspect the meat. Every time you open that lid, like it's causing more airflow to go in, right? Which will in turn stoke your fire. But I've seen guys, they'll forget that their lid is off.
Right.
I wonder.
And then they'll like go inside and go to the bathroom or something.
Right. They'll go inside for like really quick.
Right.
And
I've never done that per se.
We're talking about James real quick.
Yes.
Because he took the lid off and then he went inside real quick and came back, but he had a 4-alarm fire out there.
Right.
And
Why did he come back? I think his little alarm thingy was beeping, right?
Right.
Yeah, my ThermoWorks.
Oh, man.
My
Was melting.
internal temperature of the brisket was going. It was giving me like a 999 error, or
999
or
degrees.
maybe it was just RRR, and I was like, I had the I guess the wireless portion hanging around my neck. I was like, RRR, what does that even mean? Yeah, and I come outside and there's like just a flame about 3 feet tall shooting out of this barrel. I'm like, that's not good.
No,
Yeah.
it's never good.
I pulled on the wire where the probe was, and the wire just like came off. It would just melt the wire.
Jeez.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, at that point it turns into like the vortex. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Oh, yeah.
that's a control. Yeah, and that thing will rip. I've had time. I've never left the lid open. That's like, for me, that's like leaving a kid in the car.
No. And listen, I'm not going to lie to you. That's how we view it as well. So out of this whole experiment that we had, we know that we can't trust James with anybody's kids or protein, because that is the same thing to us. You literally killed a child.
Look,
What are you
James.
talking
Ow.
about?
Oh, geez.
That's a stretch.
Almost.
All I'm saying.
Almost,
All I'm
right?
saying is that
Yeah.
thanks to the gloves that I had,
Yeah.
I was able to salvage the brisket.
Yep.
That is impressive.
And thank goodness I had like a huge fat cap on it, because I just kind of shaved off just a little bit.
Reseason and put back on.
Yeah.
Nice.
By that time it was wrap time.
And-
So
That's a pro move, brother.
And you know what? I'm not even going to give James too much static, man, because here's a little screw up of mine that I had with that particular smoker. I have like an old school like fire torch, and that's how I usually, if I'm only lighting my charcoal in one spot, that's how I light it up in the drum. And this wasn't one of my smarter days, but I'm sitting there trying to get my torch to cut on, and I'm doing it within the barrel. And finally, it catches, and I almost like singed off my beard, man. Like, all that gas was collecting down in that drum, and when
Yeah.
it finally caught, it was like whoosh.
Yeah. That's a wake you up moment a little bit. Hey, not to mention, so you've got a pretty big beard, right?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So James, during COVID, James grew his out like, it looked like almost like Santa Claus a little bit, right?
Well,
Hey.
James has some white in there, right?
Yeah. He's got some white something. He's been painting or something.
Why are you going to call him out like that?
But James had this big, huge beard that he grew out. But ever since then, we've all been trying to catch up, and I can't get there. My beard looks like shit when it grows out. I got to have this tiny little face stubble.
you,
I don't know.
just
what
got to
you
let it
call
grow long enough.
Yeah,
You
I
just
don't
got
know,
to
man.
keep
It
just
don't
let
look-
it grow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, my
That won't
beard,
work for me. I look like Joe Dirt.
That's right. See, here's the deal. My beard doesn't come in like that. Y'all's beards do come in like that. So he even
You
went
gotta
down.
rock what you got, man.
That's what
you
it
gotta
is.
rock what you got.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Jonathan, you kind of touched on it earlier, but can you tell all the listeners and everybody about your charity work that you're doing out there, and how that kind of got started?
Oh yeah, for sure. So my wife and I, we've recently founded our nonprofit called Smokin Hope, and the whole mission statement behind it, man, is just a cookout that everybody's invited to. And when we say that, we're talking about regardless of financial or social status or anything like that. We just like to give back to the community. So when we first started out, we did a lot of things for our homeless. Folks down in the Phoenix metro area. And we've kind of grown it into just being about everybody. So we still give back to our unsheltered, friends, but we've been able to partner up with, some group homes, some halfway houses, serving some of our, first responders, and even just like single moms and, at-risk youth, just really trying to make a positive impact on the community. And we've been able to do it through the passion of barbecue. You know what I mean? So a long time ago, I was trying to find like creative ways to use my skill set to give back. And, I was making a lot of social media, posts and videos and stuff like that. And I had to ask myself an honest question, like, what am I doing this for? Like, I'm kind of doing my community a disservice if I'm not applying my skills to like the betterment of, the folks that are in my direct proximity. So we came up with the Smokin Hope project, where we ran downtown Phoenix. This was before we were an official nonprofit, but we ran down to downtown Phoenix with a bunch of food, and we just hooked people up, and the response was amazing. I think we didn't really know what we were getting into. Me personally, I didn't know what I was getting into. I just wanted to do something cool. And then, I had some conversations with some of those folks that are out there hurting the most. And you really start to realize, man, like, we're not that different than these people that, whether they're living on the streets or there's mental issues or drug issues, they just made some wrong turns here and there. And it really can happen to, it can happen to any of us. It can happen to our family members, to some of the folks that we, hold to the highest regard. So, yeah, man, it's been a beautiful thing to, learn a lot of life experiences from these folks, and also share it with our volunteer pool too. And we just getting started, man. The website we got is smokinhope.org. If anyone's listening that might want to volunteer, whether you live in the Phoenix area or you just come into vacation, we usually do something, at least every other weekend. So we always got something going on, and just loving on people with, I always tell my family and friends, it's like a deep love with no conditions, man. So anybody can get to smoke.
There it is.
Yeah, I was wondering. I went on your website earlier today, and I went to the whole volunteer thing. I was going to go sign up, and I was wondering if it was just in Phoenix. So I was wondering, is it just in Phoenix right now, and do you have plans to kind of expand it, maybe to some other major cities or something like that?
Yeah. So the plan right now, this is kind of like the 3-year plan, because we already completed our first initial year. Is to lay a foundation, because we're really like grassroots style. Maintain that foundation here in the city of Phoenix, and then find major cities that maybe they're not so far from us, to where we can, replicate that style and that energy that we've had, so that, we can have I don't want to say control, but we can just be hands-on with the culture that we create within the project.
No, definitely. No, but I can see that being, especially this is kind of your baby, right? Your project that you have going on, So obviously, if this thing were to go to a neighboring city, you're going to reach out and try to find somebody that wants to, who wants to partner and head this up,
right, like-minded
with some oversight. And here's the deal:
right.
Every city you're going to go to, you're going to find. I really feel like you're going to find somebody that's like, I'm with you. Let's do this. You know what I mean?
I've had those conversations too, man. Like, people reach out to, whether it's on the social media, we have an Instagram at Smokin Hope, or they're reaching out to me directly, and they said, like, I love what you're doing. I'm looking to, start my, something similar up for it. And it's been really cool, because they're, like you're saying, man, there's people out there that really want to do good. And that's how a lot of our volunteers come around too, man. A lot of folks, they want to do good. They want to give back. They just don't know where to put that energy towards, or maybe they can't connect with the particular cause.
That's right.
But let's be honest, man, barbecue is so cool. Like, for the most part, everybody loves barbecue, whether you like being on the grill or, I got friends that are into music, and they just like to go out and, play a little guitar or something for, for some of our unhoused friends while we're cooking or serving them.
Yep.
It's a really cool way to, like, bring people together and, kind of just uplift the people that we're serving.
No, I will say this, something you said earlier that, like, first of all, we're no different than anybody else, right? We are all human beings. We're all going through the same thing, and a lot of people are just trying to figure things out, right? But the same way that your career kind of moved a little bit with your cousin coming into town, really could have been something different for you, a left versus a right. You know what I mean? Some people take the left, and wherever that left is, maybe it was a bad road or a bad experience, or you never know what anybody's going through in life, I guess. That's my point on this. And just as easy where I'm sitting here today, I could be somewhere else tomorrow and feeling a different way. And you know what I mean? You just never know. So the fact that you're out and you're like, look, you know what? I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're about. I got some barbecue. I've got some nourishment for you. I've got people from some fellowship for you. I think that is really badass, to be honest with you.
Well, thank you, man.
And what we're trying to say is, once you're ready to move out to Houston, just let us know.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Oh, you bet, dude. You better believe. Okay, here's your exclusive right here. You better believe, like, an extension of Smokin Hope, Arizona, is definitely going to be based in Texas and some of these bigger barbecue states. Man, it's only right. It's only right.
I love it.
Well, when you're ready to have an event down here, we'll host you. We got the smoker set up, ready to go. Just fly in and we'll do it.
That's right.
Hey, I think we got to make it happen, man. I would love to, man.
All right. Well,
That's
you
awesome.
got my number.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if you've seen the pit that John and Denny have, but they have the 500-gallon smoker and the 250-gallon smoker all on the same trailer. It will hold some protein for sure.
Man, that's killer. I got to go check it out now.
Yep.
So it's all welded to the same same trailer. You said.
Right. Yep.
That's dope. That's dope.
The back firebox is TikTok's probably our biggest one that you can probably look at all the pits and whatever else. But double insulated. It's a cooker for sure. So I think we've had up to like 50 briskets on it at one time, ready to go. So that's just
wild.
a lot of meat. So.
All right, let's get into a few questions. So we're going to go all like Diane Sawyer-like, and I have these tough, hard-hitting questions that I think everybody wants to know.
You're more of a Barbara Walters.
Right. Come on. A Pat Sajak, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Is there a T?
All right, Jonathan, your favorite thing to barbecue?
Lately, man, it's been ribs, dude.
Okay.
You know, I know that's a basic answer, but I've really been playing around with, different sauces and even different techniques, whether it's a wet rib or, I wrapped the ribs or, I didn't wrap the ribs, things like that. I just really, I love experimenting with them. And I've been kind of these last 2 months, I've kind of gone off the deep end and really I'm trying to find my official style of ribs. I got my brisket, my other proteins, whether it's, fish, pork, or whatever it is, but, or I should say pork shoulder. But as far as ribs go, I'm still chasing that, that aha moment. Man, I've had ribs that never tasted like this before.
Yeah.
Nice. Are you running baby backs? You doing St. Louis?
I prefer the St. Louis cuts, but baby backs are growing on me too, man. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite sauce?
Favorite sauce, Tacticalories. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of Tacticalories. I'm going to say my favorite two sauces. Tacticalories, it's a candy apple whiskey barbecue sauce. Man, it tastes amazing. And also, there's some Blues Hog. It's like the Chipotle raspberry joint.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
Super tasty, man. Super tasty. I'm a desert boy, so anytime something Southwest mixed in there, with Chipotle or any types of chilies and stuff, I really get up for it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what the barbecue scene's like where you're at right now. So is that it, like Chipotle kind of flavors and that sort of thing?
Yeah, we get a lot of inspiration from Native American culture, Mexican culture. So, whether it's chilies or even things like, that just grow in the desert. Nopales, which is cactus out here, or the Pekin chili, prickly pear, those desert types of foods are definitely getting infused within a lot of the barbecue that's going on. But also, man, there's a huge inspiration from, Texas, New Mexico, California, and of course Mexico too, where it's just a cool melting pot of a lot of different cultures, and people have been really creative with how they put their spin on some of these recipes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Go ahead, John.
I was just going to say, have you hooked up with any of the competition guys out there? I know there are a few guys, a couple we've had on the show that are big into barbecue and competition that live out there. I think they live in, maybe it's not Phoenix, maybe it's somewhere else out there. Kyle Matish, I can't say his last name. You're Behind Barbecue.
I've met up with a few. We haven't really connected on or collaborated on anything. But for me, it's always love, man. Like when I see, you know how it is. You see someone from your state or just your area in general come up and make some noise in the barbecue game. It's not even competition at that point. It's just kind of rooting for who can put a different spin on what we've seen so far in the barbecue community, and who also, for me, another big part of it too is who also is, spreading positivity. You know what I mean? There's so many negative things going on in the world, man. Sometimes we just want to see somebody doing something good and cooking some good food.
Yep.
I love it. I mean, that's what this whole community is about, and that's what when we all got together, just sitting around here, just eating barbecue and talking about barbecue, and just sharing our stories, whether they're just plain dumb with us cutting up a little bit, or stuff that we're doing around the community per se. But it was something that got us together to create this whole podcast, Grabbing the Brisket, and it's very just humbling when you're able to get to speak to people like yourself and other people around in this barbecue community, and everybody is just so friendly, and everybody is all about helping out everybody else, and quite frankly, I think just everybody in the freaking world just needs more of that. That's just my 2 cents.
I love that.
Yeah. Also, I was going to ask you, barbecue seasonings. Do you have a go-to, like just one rub that you mess with?
I don't have a go-to. I'm definitely working on something that's going to be an extension of my upbringing and myself, and that's kind of been my go-to. I don't want to give the specifics on it, but I definitely have a go-to rub that has been formulated by myself and some of my family members. Okay. But outside of that too, like I like a lot of the staples that a lot of the beginners use too, man. Whether it's Lawry's and pepper, but also Meat Church is always putting out some great stuff.
Oh yeah.
Tactic Calories again. I really like their rubs too. There's a local guy here in Arizona named Saucy Luke's, and I really. I might be biased too because I like those flavor profiles, and he uses Southwest flavors like Ford. But Saucy Luke's, he has a rub called the AP, like put APB out on, and it's just the all-purpose, and it has a ton of like chili and chipotle powder in it, so you get really good color from it, and it also has that smoky taste before you even smoke it. So I love it, man. But yeah, I'm a big fan of switching it up and trying new things too. I understand that the barbecue that I might have came up on, or the styles that I'm into, aren't always like the only thing out there or the most important things out there. So that's kind of how I came across that Blue Hog sauce, man. I was like, let me try something a little different. Mm-hmm. And you find something that you like, you stick with it, and also mixing it up too from time to time.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about barbecue. You can switch it up every day. You just try a little different flavor, a little different rub, mix rubs. Everything's just a little bit different. And so, I mean, did you say you might be coming out with your own, like, Jonathan barbecue rub? Or
that's what he said. He was just getting ready to give us the recipe.
Right, the recipe, not quite.
Man.
We're not.
What the hey, man? There's your second exclusive. There's going to definitely be a Jonathan barbecue all-purpose seasoning, and right now, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to go too far off the head.
No, that's good.
I'm going
one thing at a time.
Yeah, I'm going to ask the fans to just stay tuned. Please go follow Jonathan on all the social media platforms, and I know we're probably getting towards the end. This is typically a time where we kind of turn it over to you, Jonathan, and let you run with it as far as anything that you want to share, your social media, phone numbers, email addresses.
Phone numbers?
What? I mean, I'm just saying, people like to be contacted.
Don't give out that cell phone number, please.
Right. You know what I mean.
But definitely, I love to always tout the Smokin' Hope, and And, you can always find us at smokinhope.org. That's smoking with no G. So just smokinhope.org. I always like to give a big shout out to our volunteers and also the people in our community who have been so gracious enough to open up their spaces to us, whether it's, cooking space or prepping space, or even just, having people line up outside their door so that we can feed them.
Yep.
But yeah, man, if, other than that, you guys can always find me at Jonathan.bbq. And I always like to just tell folks, man, if you're out there listening to this and you get inspired by, my story, I want to challenge you to find a creative way to, whatever you're, passionate about, put it to use and, do something for, first and foremost, you and your family, but also the folks that are in close proximity to you and your community as well.
That is awesome.
I love it.
Very cool.
We
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much for coming on. This isn't going to be the last time we hear from him.
I hope
We're
not.
going to have him on again for sure. But thank you so much for coming on, and we'll talk to you again soon.
It's been a pleasure, y'all. Take care.
Our brother.
Yeah,
Thank
take
you.
care, Jonathan.
Dude, what a nice guy. What a nice guy. And listen, he did talk about his wife a little bit, and behind every great man, there's even a greater woman. You can tell that they're both they're both a team,
Working together
a
as
team
a
in
team,
this one,
for sure.
right? You know what I mean with the whole barbecue thing, which is kudos to him, man.
Hey,
Really cool.
Definitely big ups to you. Yeah, we appreciate what you're doing in your community, and I like his little message at the end, trying to inspire and hope and other people that may be listening to maybe reach out and
That's right.
do a little bit of that yourself.
Yeah, I've been trying to look into like some good like volunteer effort lately, and I don't know why it just never even occurred to me to like combine something I love with volunteering.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm
Let's
willing.
do it.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
down for
do
that.
it. So
I
many
love
people
this.
talk about doing it, and they don't do it. This dude's doing it. Let's just do it.
I know.
Yeah.
I like it.
So go follow Jonathan. I know it's Jonathan.bbq on a lot of his social media platforms. I'm sure quick little Google search. You can check that out yourself.
Or just scroll down. I'll have all the links right there for you.
Or just,
Or scroll down.
I know he
Yeah.
didn't give his phone number out. I don't know why that's
Right.
like such like an old person move.
Just
super
email
old.
me.
Hey.
I'll give you his number.
give me your number. Let me call you.
Right. We can go over like, nope, just send me a text, brother. It's an email. You
Yeah.
got it. All right.
I'm still messing with this. You can email. I got my AOL address over here. You can instant message me. No, but yeah. Hey, big shout out, big thanks to Jonathan for jumping on the podcast. And while you're at it, go check out grabitondthebrisket.com.
What you're going to find, hopefully, maybe some cool websites to go to. Not websites. What do you call it? Links.
There's links.
So for all of our
Wanna get
social
some
media,
nice
whatever
discounts?
else, we've always got great pictures coming out. Our TikTok is always linked there, so you can click on it and see the newest videos that we're pushing out as well. It's on there, right, John? Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy?
I don't know if the TikTok is.
I don't know if it's linked. It should be. It will
should
be. It's going on.
I'm
there.
sorry.
It's going to be on there.
This is how we get better. People like me say something, and John goes, "We don't do that yet. Or we're going to do it next time." Right. So,
Hey, why don't we slide into the grab 'em in the brisket?
Beer review.
All right, so I am super excited about this one. We saw this one on TikTok. Our friends at Martin House were doing reviews, and everybody was going crazy about it. It's called Murph Juice, which I have no idea why it's called Murph Juice, but it's a barbecue sauce beer with spices. And the picture on the can, it looks delicious. Like there's brisket and sausage and mac and cheese and corn and all kinds of stuff like that on it. I think this thing is almost 7% alcohol.
yeah.
I will
it
say-
looks good from this point
Yeah.
of view. It looks like it's just a bunch of different, like it's almost like the big barbecue tray you would get if you were going to go and spend like $200 on
Right.
some fancy.
It looks like the damn
barbecue.
spread we got at Mimsy's.
It does. Yeah, it looks good.
I am really scared to have this first sip, though. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
a
So-
barbecue sauce beer.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But when they posted, we got people tagging us saying, "Hey, you need to review this one." Blah 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 blah. So they,
We have to do it for sure.
yeah, they actually sent us. I met up with them. I got a box from them that contained beers, and this one was in there because this is supposed to be released only in the brewery. So I'm sorry to the folks that are listening. You will probably never get to try this.
And I don't know if this is T&D barbecue. Is the picture you're seeing on the can? Is that T&D or is it T?
I think it's TND.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like there's a logo right next to Martin House.
Oh, okay.
So I imagine that's probably the spread that you're seeing. That's probably who they collaborated with to get their barbecue
T&D.
sauce.
Okay.
If I had
their
$1 to bet,
spices.
I'd bet it's somebody in Fort Worth, somewhere near
Fort
them.
Worth.
We'll have to check them out next time we go up there.
Murph Juice. See, every time I hear Murph, I think of
The workout?
I was about to say, it takes me back to my CrossFit days.
Exactly.
RoboCop.
Oh, that was the other.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not gonna lie. That was the only other Murphy or Murph that I had. I was
Right.
gonna say RoboCop next.
RoboCop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If Martin House was homaging to that, there would be RoboCop on this can somewhere.
Right.
And I only brought that up because I think only a robot would like this beer.
Okay. So tell us how you really feel about this.
I feel like that's probably what he has like coursing through his veins right now. Circuit boards.
Okay.
It's
You know what this is? This is
Don't
this
say-
is a marinade.
Dude, that might be something.
I'm telling you right now, this is a marinade. An alcoholic marinade. Sign me up
I don't know.
all day long.
I just had my first sip. I expected Pizza Beer 2.0, which is the worst beer I ever had that Martin House made. I was expecting that. I don't hate it.
That's
you imagine-
exactly what
am
I said.
Can you imagine
Really
throwing this in your
surprised I
chicken
don't
wrap?
hate this.
It tastes to me like a barbecue pickle beer.
Yeah. In your chicken
Yeah.
wrap, this would be dynamite in your chicken wrap.
I was going to say, we need to do some chicken. Let's
Yeah.
just marinate some thighs in this or
Do we have any
something.
more left?
Some thighs?
No.
Oh, yeah,
More of
yeah. We
these.
got like 4 or 5 cans in there
Perfect.
still.
Yes. We're definitely going to play with this.
Yeah, yeah.
Way better than the pizza. Pizza beer and this beer shouldn't even be brought up in the same sentence. This is like a spicy. It's like, I want to say au jus, but it's not au jus. It's very savory, right?
Yeah.
Am I right on that?
Yeah, I thought I was going to take one sip and dump the can out. That's
Yeah.
where I thought this was going, and I've
This
had
is a
multiple
meal.
sips.
You can eat this or drink this for lunch
Yeah.
and go back to work.
I'm using a fork right now.
No, it's not. I'm just saying there's enough nutrients in this beer. You're going to be full for at least a couple of hours till you get home to eat
Yeah,
dinner.
it's almost 7% alcohol.
Ooh, nutrients.
Obviously, you have 2 of these at lunchtime, man. You're probably more productive.
Yeah, my
Right.
first sip, I was thinking like, is that like clam juice or something? And I wasn't sure, but the more I sip it, the more I like it.
I was thinking Bloody Marys too. Micheladas out of this would be amazing.
It has a very michelada flavor to
That's
it.
what I got
if
too.
you were to add vodka to this,
Yeah, it tastes a little bit like their pickle beer michelada one, whatever it's called, the Bloody Mary pickle,
But it's
whatever.
got spices.
But but this one has spice. It has flavors, but it doesn't have the same spice that the other one does. The other one has a little more bite to it. This is pretty okay.
Yeah.
I'll say this though, I don't know if I'm really picking up barbecue with this.
Yeah, I don't know.
there's
I
a
don't know.
smokiness there a little bit, right?
I don't know. I'm not thinking like
Yeah.
brisket ribs
Yeah.
when I drink this.
I'm definitely getting like a vinegar, like a very just
yeah.
like
Yeah,
a
maybe.
acidic with like a very back end kind of like a little spice to it.
Yeah.
You think they put barbecue sauce or whatever from
100%.
T&D in the
They did.
vat?
100%.
Yeah.
I think
That's how they work.
They're mad scientists.
I'm ready to score for myself.
I
Are
want
y'all-
James to go first. 'cause
Yeah,
I
go
have a
ahead,
feeling
James.
he's going to be the lowest. So let's get that out of
No
the
doubt
way.
about it.
You want to try it again, James?
Go ahead.
No, 3.2.
Okay.
Well, you actually went to a decimal point on this one.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's how you know he's serious.
I like
Okay.
it. It tastes like you like ate some barbecue and then you kind of chased it down with a beer and then you kind of burped up a little bit, like that acidic flavor. Just like I just taste like that whole.
Look, dude, it's not for everybody.
It's not for me.
Like you took a drink and it was like immediately you were thinking about acid reflux or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I
Right?
was thinking about vomiting.
Okay, listen. For me, it's not that. It's a novelty beer, right? For what it is, it's a 6.5 all day.
Wow.
This is definitely right up their alley.
I can't believe I'm giving this above a 5, but I'm actually giving it a 7.2. I don't know why I like it, but I like it, and like I feel like I want to eat a meal and have this beer with the meal.
It might be good.
And I
with,
feel like
with
it would
food.
like really complicate.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like if I was like
Spaghetti.
eating, if I was eating anything,
Lasagna or something really heavy. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, for me, I love their pickle beers, but their pickle beers I can't have very many of because they're just it's a really strong flavor. This one's just like it's like that, but it's a little bit smoother. Like I feel like I could actually drink more than one of these and be good.
I think if you were having seafood or having something that's light, right? Right, something light like that, and then add this beer to it. I think it's a really, really good pairing.
If I was eating pork ribs, I think I would like this beer with it.
I was thinking like
This
pizza.
isn't going in my like repertoire of beers. Like it's not going in my lineup. First of all, I can't do it anyway.
Yeah, you can't get them.
But I think it's definitely you have to try it.
Yeah, you do have to, but you can't because it's not going to be found.
You'll
anywhere.
never be able to see. Can you take a picture of the can?
Yeah, we'll get some pictures, and we're
Okay.
actually going to do. We have a couple more cans. We're going to do a video review of this too. That'll be out there on the TikToks and whatnot. So. Check that out. I'm going to go 7 point. I'm just going to go 7. I think this is a 7. This
7.7?
is good. This is good. I like this.
7.7 or 7?
Just 7.
It's 7.
Just
7.
7
Okay.
point nothing. It's good.
Point
I like it. I would drink it again. I will drink it again. And I think you're dead on. We need to definitely marinate something in this.
We got to.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How are we
I'm
not
sorry.
sponsored by Martin House at this point?
I don't
mean,
know.
We just
We're
got a
working
box
on
of
it.
free beer. Are we not?
Okay,
I think
guess
they
that
are
counts.
sponsoring us. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you get free beer, that counts as being sponsored. Okay.
All right. I guess that wraps up the grabbing a brisket.
Beer
review.
John, I think we have a listener who called in to the hotline. Is that correct?
We do. Are we wanting to get into the barbecue win/fail, or are you wanting to just hear one of the messages we got?
I want one of the random messages.
I
Random
don't
message?
Yeah,
think-
I
no,
want
we could
that
do that.
I don't
first.
want the
that
message.
first. I want the random message first.
I don't.
We can
No,
do
we're
that.
good.
Absolutely.
No, I don't want the
Let me
message.
just bring that up for you.
I'm tired of your messages. This is what y'all do. Y'all play these shitty little messages from these shitty little people, right? Talking shit.
No, this one's good, and I
Okay.
think the guy actually. We'll just listen.
I love it, man. Come on.
Hey guys, this is Greg. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Hope you're getting non-rainy weather like we have here in Georgia. But just want to know what you guys are going to be smoking this weekend. I was still sorry about always best with Jan, and I got thinking, no, not really. Jan, you're still a bitch.
No, I thought Greg wasn't going to say it.
I know.
I
He had
thought
to
he
do
wasn't
it.
going to say it.
You know what, Greg, brother? Let me tell you what we're doing. So when was this left? Last weekend we did a tri-tip. We did some barbecue chicken. What else did we do, James? Anything that stands out to you?
Are you making that up? Because I didn't get to eat any of that.
Yeah, I'm not making it up. I mean,
Oh my
dead
God.
honest.
You're invited over.
Yeah.
Now,
Just-
this is when you went downtown.
Yeah.
You had the downtown
Oh,
escapade.
yeah. I
He
was,
had- It's a mezcal night for Matt. So
Matt decided to drink like a whole bottle of mezcal.
yeah. So was there anything else I'm leaving out? We did the chicken. We did the boudin, sausage, and tri-tip.
Right,
Yeah, so
there's some kebabs thrown in there.
there were some kebabs. You're right. Damn. So we had a really kind of a smorgasbord going on this weekend. And next weekend, or I'm sorry, this coming up weekend, any big plans for you?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of grilling. We're heading down to the river. So
That's right. That's
definitely going to be a lot of grilling and chilling for sure.
I think that little Oklahoma Joe. What is it called? The Rambler? I think it's called the Rambler.
Yes. No, I'm taking it down there, and I already talked to you guys. I'm parking it right next to the river, firing it up. I'm throwing glizzies down,
Yep. Blizzy dogs.
glizzies, and I'm just like, hey, I'm handing them out for free, but if you want to cash at me, let's go.
Wait, so where
if
are
you're
we
not
going?
hip, glizzy means hot dog.
Yeah.
Where are we going this weekend, James?
The
Where's that?
Frio River.
Oh, sweet. I can't wait to go. That's going to be great.
Matt's there was like, I got my bag ready. Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah.
And Greg, I think it did rain and it was hot. So there you go. He asked.
That's true. Thanks, Greg, man. Thanks
Yeah.
for reaching out to us.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep, everything you said was accurate.
Okay, then we got what, a win/fail? We don't know?
Yeah. Do you have like a song you want to sing for barbecue fail? You haven't come up with nothing yet? Okay.
Oh, damn it.
Keep working on that. All right, here's our barbecue win/fail.
Hey, what's up, guys? Perry here, a.k.a. the Brisket Man. Hey, I got a barbecue fail for you. 4th of July, I had quite a few orders, and pumping those out, and one of my orders was pork belly, burnt ends. And I was in such a rush whenever it was time to wrap the pork belly. I put them in the pan, put some brown sugar, put some butter in there, but I didn't put any liquid. I didn't put any apple juice or barbecue sauce or anything like that. So it was just straight sugar and butter. I wrapped them in there, put them in for another hour and a half whenever I came out. Whenever I pulled them out, man, they were just burnt to a nasty crisp. It was just such a fail. It was an order. I had to call my customer and let them know, hey, I'm not going to serve this. I wouldn't eat it. I can't eat it. You can't eat it. So I'll have to get you back later. I replaced it the next day, so everything was cool. But, yeah, barbecue fail. Jane, you're a little bitch.
Look, first of all, if you ain't, yeah, you like that, John? Listen, guys,
we need a shirt. We need a shirt. We need a shirt. Okay.
Yeah. No, there's a picture there with Perry.
Ooh, that's not good.
Wow.
That's like briquettes.
Yeah, I was about to say that's charcoal.
Look, here it is.
Did you forget about them like all night?
Yeah,
like, did you put them in?
Come on,
like
man.
He says hour and a half. I'm like, that's about 4
I
hours.
I see some juice down there too. Like
No,
that didn't look.
You know
like
what?
it's-
Here's the deal.
He's a brisket man. He ain't the pork belly man.
If you're not trying, right? If you're not failing, it means you're not trying. So I guess for Perry, he gets a little bit of the Sucklebusters. Everybody wants some Sucklebusters.
Okay, I want to know though. I feel like he still tried one though. Like,
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah. So
you still
I
have
kind of
to.
want to know how it was. It just god awful
Oh,
burnt.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
there's
didn't
not
cut
good.
like a core section
like-
out of it and eat the
It
inside.
had to have been a split second. It's like, I got to try it.
Yeah.
Try it. Maybe I can salvage
It's a
this.
sourness.
Right.
So what happens
Nope.
when that happens? It's a very burnt sourness that comes out of that.
That bitter.
It's very bitter. It's going to be disgusting. It's unedible. And you know what? I'll tell you this, Perry. You may say whatever you want to say, but I never fucked up any burn-in pork belly.
You fucked up
So,
plenty of shit. Maybe
Just
not
saying,
pork belly.
not one of those, brother. So
Have you ever burnt the shit out of something and then like cut it open and like ate the inside of it out to see if it was still good?
Oh, I'm sure I have.
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
definitely done that. So.
No, listen, we've all had our mistakes. So glad that he actually called in, and we will be sending him a bottle of Sucklebusters.
Absolutely.
Right? So you got to pick it out. My favorite, obviously, I got a few, but go ahead and pick out that Chicks That Smoke season and try to give that a shout.
Serious question. We have the shirts now that have our little faces on them. Should I add Jan to Jan? No.
I feel like we need a whole new shirt just for that.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
I can
And
still put his face on.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Put his face with something burnt as hell.
Okay, can I
You know?
can I actually talk about this for a
Hold
second?
on, let me turn his mic off.
Yeah, I actually don't mind this coming in or whatever else. I like it because it does. I do have a big ego, and to be honest with you, every time y'all call in, you're just saying my name, which is stoking me even more. However, we did have a little bit of an issue during our trip to Fargo, and I want you to know, John and Denny, they just went with this whole thing, this whole shtick, all weekend long.
I was mostly Denny. Denny thinks it's the funniest damn thing ever.
She threw this out when I think I gave her a zinger. I'd said something to her like, right, you know, we always battle back and forth, and I think I had said something, and she was like, "Oh yeah," and then she immediately goes to tell a complete stranger this story, and I was like, "You're trying to get at me over something on a like? Are you doing?" And she's like, "You better believe I am." I'm like, "Okay, good." So this is actually becoming something. However, I just don't know if I like really the end result, right?
I think it's great.
I just don't know if I really like the
And
end.
you touched on Fargo, but I think we'll get
Yeah.
more into it in our next
We will.
episode because
We
we're
will.
running a little short. But that was a hell of a time, and we got a lot of stories to tell from it.
We do a lot of great content. A lot of There was some. What was one of the things?
Heavy hitters up there for sure.
Without a doubt. I mean, give me one thing from your trip to Fargo that you were like, okay, duly noted. This is a takeaway, right?
Well, for me, the biggest thing that I caught right away was that this competition was not at all what I expected.
That's right. Yeah, me too.
We weren't allowed to touch the meats, so
very, very hands off. More into training, more into talking about it.
Nice.
Letting somebody else execute. So, but listen,
It's very Obi-Wan Kenobi, just like Jedi minding,
Well,
mind tricks. It's just like
also just telling them,
pull
Yeah.
them
Also,
out.
yeah, we just used words a lot too.
hey,
So
just take it off. Time to wrap. Time to do your job. Yeah. But yeah, so we met a bunch of people out there, and I think we'll get into this on our next episode. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, I was
super
going to say
badass.
that's kind of a smooth segue into our next episode where we interview Heath Riles.
yes, I'm
I
excited.
know
to have
you
that
guys
going.
got the chance to talk with him a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, we were
Yeah.
with Heath. We hung out a little bit. You know, I mean,
We just hung out in the bar and like cooked with him and whatnot.
Yeah.
It was no big deal.
I'm just saying,
Just
like,
kicking it with,
yeah. I mean, he's definitely got a knowledge. But here's the deal: everybody that was invited out there are big time pit masters, people that have won, like on a regular basis, some of the biggest cook-offs you can. Some of them are 7-time world champions. Right? I'm just saying, the caliber of people out there that was teaching and giving out all those little knowledge nuggets was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
and
so-
we were
I
out
love
there.
it. And,
and we were there.
grabbing the brisket.
That's right. Grabbing the Brisket was there in style, doing our thing. You know what?
What's that?
Here's the deal. Does have people heard of us? Yes. Right? Do people know that our TikTok account is going pretty good, right? Our social media. Even
They did.
Diva. Right?
Oh,
Even
yeah.
Diva.
Was there
So-
like a note on the pamphlet? Did they hand out a brochure or some type
No,
of
no, there wasn't that. It was
thing
just
where you
like-
walk in and it's like they list all the
Yeah, I think it's
giant
like a
pit
concert.
masters.
It's like a concert thing, but grabbing the brisket is the big name on top, and then it's like, oh, and then
No.
also
No.
it wasn't like that.
To be honest,
Oh,
our
okay.
team was
Probably
not
a-
grabbing a brisket. Our team was chicks that smoke.
right.
Yeah.
We were
Oh,
chicks that
was
smoke.
Denny.
That's
right.
Footnote.
But when
Oh,
we walked into the bar, there was quite a few people that came up to us and knew who we were, and we're like, "Hey, we follow you. You guys are doing great
Yeah.
shit." So it was super cool experience, and again, we'll get way more into it next
Love it.
time.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally agree.
yeah, all I can say is, hey, it's been great talking barbecue with you guys.
Peace.
There it is.
Thanks,
Later, guys.
everybody. We've been great.
Dang it, Bobby. Just grab the brisket. We'd like to give a special thanks to Sucklebusters barbecue rubs and sauces, Bolner's Fiesta spices, CoolieNation custom koozies, Cambro Manufacturing, YETI Coolers, the Smoke Sheep Barbecue newsletter, and Dalstrong knives. We definitely appreciate your support.